Hello everybody, now I'm back for the Bethesda conference, which after yesterday was obviously going to be better than the EA conference, and I'm recording this now. It's Monday morning. I'm pretty bright and awake, and got about an hour to go until Microsoft's thing. So I'm pretty nervous about that, pretty excited. So let's talk about Bethesda. So Bethesda, right off the bat, I really liked their showing last night. Really liked it. Much better than what EA tried to do. I think what they did was like a much better version of what EA was, I guess, going for. Where they're like, look, we're going to have a lean offering, but we're going to have lots of information. Except there was little to no information in EA's, which made it boring. But Bethesda's had information. And it was structured almost like last year, except this year they only had an extensive showing of something at the very end, whereas last year, they bookended that with extensive showing of Doom, extensive showing of Fallout 4. This year it was a bunch of stuff in the beginning, bunch of stuff in the middle, and then it had an extensive showing of Dishonored 2 at the end. But again, I'll talk about it chronologically. So let's talk about, like, right off the bat, Quake, the new Quake from id Software, going to be an arena hero shooter, from what I can assume from what they've been saying. It's kind of like Overwatch, I guess. I guess that's the new thing, the hero shooter, which I'm fine with, and I'm fine that Quake is back, because I like Quake. I haven't played Quake in a very long time, but I was very happy when the teaser first popped up, and I'm like, it's Quake. It's definitely Quake. And right when Quake Champions popped up, I was like, yeah, Quake. Cool. Do that. So we don't really know a lot about Quake, and I'm pretty sure they're going to talk more about it at QuakeCon. So that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. I'm okay with them saying, hey, we have more to announce at this conference, because this is a game we haven't seen before. This isn't like Mass Effect Andromeda, where they teased that 2 years ago, and now they're saying, oh, look for more in the fall. Now it's, the game exists, it's been confirmed. Wait until this time to hear more about it, which makes sense given that it's QuakeCon, and it's the namesake. So that's pretty obvious. And then they moved on to Elder Scrolls Legends, which is their collectible card game. It looks alright. I've occasionally played something like Hearthstone, but I guess with, how much I enjoy Gwent in The Witcher 3, I guess I'm kind of slowly getting into the mindset of liking more of these online collectible card games. So, I'll give Elder Scrolls Legends a try. They said it was coming to Android, which I have, so I will give it a shot. I'm definitely not expecting it to be something like Skyrim or Oblivion, but I hope it's cool. And then, and this is what I really liked about Bethesda's conference. They went, boom, ba-boom, 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 to one thing, and they were very confident in what they were showing. That's what I liked. I liked when, the VP guy, whatever his name is, Pete Hines, he just came on stage, he's very calm, he's very collected, and he's like, look, this is what's coming out. This is what's going to come with it. This is how you can get it. And so on and so forth. And he said it in this very straight, laid-back way that I really appreciated, and was a stark contrast to the stupid hype man, tight-necked people of EA, where they just have their heads so far up their ass that they just probably can't even see their own butthole at this point. But Bethesda seems to have their head in the game. They seem to know what they're doing, and they have confidence in what they're showing, which is really good, and really showed with this conference. So then they moved on to Fallout 4 DLC, the final 3 expansions in the Season Pass. The fourth one is Contraptions, which you can make. It's another one. It's another addition. It's kind of disappointing because it's an addition to the settlement building stuff, which I never really got into because it's honestly not my thing. So I was always a little disappointed that a lot of the emphasis on the Season Pass stuff was focused so much on the settlement stuff. But the contraption thing looked cool. You get to have armor racks, weapon racks. You get to have a sorting machine. You get to make like these Rube Goldberg like mousetrap things, which looked really cool. The next one they announced, which I got pretty happy about, was the Vault-Tec expansion. So you actually get to make your own vaults now. I don't know how extensive it is. They didn't really show, the full extent of it. Obviously, they're not going to, but I'm excited. I'd be interested in building my own vault. And it said you get to experiment on your dwellers. So I don't know if there's like side missions to where you go out and recruit people, or if it's just people you already have in your settlements. But that expansion I'm definitely more excited about than contraptions. And the final bit of add-on content for Fallout 4 is something that I was hoping they would do, and it's Nuka World, which is an abandoned theme park that's now a raider camp. So you have to go in. I don't know if it's a big, meaty story expansion like Far Harbor is, but it looked cool. So that little glimpse of it, I was like, yes, I am on for that. Totally on board for that. So I was pretty happy about Nuka World. Then they moved on to Fallout Shelter, which is a very good game for somebody who's not into free-to-play games. I just can't get into them a lot of the time. Fallout Shelter is one of my exceptions. I like it. I think you can get enough mileage out of it without putting in money for the extra lunch boxes, which that I'm okay with having microtransactions because it's a free-to-play game. The beating of psychological manipulation for those lunchboxes that you get is the price you pay for playing Fallout Shelter for free. That's fine. It's a fair trade-off. But now Fallout Shelter is getting a PC version. It's getting quests, like new extensive quests in there, which is cool. New combat system, new gear, new characters. Big update that Todd Howard said. So I will definitely check that out, because I haven't played Fallout Shelter in a while, because a lot of my attention has been on Kingdom Hearts Chi Unchained on my phone. So yeah, I'm interested to see what Fallout Shelter is going to bring. And lastly, for Bethesda Games Softworks, there's their big studio. Long-awaited, very predicted Skyrim remaster for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's going to have, remastered art assets. It's going to have new snow shaders, new water shaders, new depth of field, new dynamic weather, stuff like that. And you get to play mods, even on the console version, which I'm very happy that Bethesda is starting to embrace mod culture on consoles, because that's always been a thing for an almost exclusive console player like me, where I don't get a lot of mods. We had cheat codes back in the day, but cheat codes are really dying out this generation and after the last generation, which is sad, because I really like cheat codes, and I'm mad that not a lot of games do that anymore. But I'm very happy that Bethesda is bringing mods to not only to Fallout 4, but to Skyrim now, and it's going to look even better on the PS4. So, and it's a testament to how incredible Skyrim is, that it's a nearly 6-year-old game now, nearly 5 years old, 2011. Nearly 5 years old, and I'm still going, yes, I want more Skyrim. I would play a remaster of Skyrim. It is one of my top 5 all-time favorite games. I love Skyrim. I've been such a big fan of it ever since I played it. First time I played it, I loved it. I went to the midnight premiere for it. We had a bunch of friends of mine had a party. We replayed it. It was fun, and I love Skyrim, and I'm very happy that I finally get to play it on my PS4. Moving on from that, they moved on to something that I think a lot of people like the Skyrim remaster. They predicted. It's been predicted for quite a while now, which is Prey, which is the next Prey. And it's not Prey 2, which I know a lot of people are disappointed with. And I've never played the original Prey. I've heard good things about it. Maybe I should get around to it one of these days. But from what I saw from the trailer, it looked a lot like Dead Space, kind of, where it was this alien horror, body horror kind of thing. And it looked cool. I liked what I saw from Prey. I'd be interested to check it out. But I understand why people are disappointed that it's not Prey 2. And apparently Prey 2 was going to be this kind of dirty, underground, sci-fi Blade Runner kind of thing. Which actually, in my opinion, does sound more interesting than, another Dead Space kind of game. But Prey reboot, it's finally announced. It's not Prey 2, it's another Prey, which I wish they had called it something else. I wish they had called it, like Prey and then have some kind of subtitle for it, but it's Prey. It's Doom. It's a lot like Doom, where Doom is, when you say, hey, I played Doom. Well, which one? The 1993 one or the 2016 one? So I don't like this trend of them rebooting franchises and not giving them subtitles to distinguish them from the original. It's a lot like Star Wars Battlefront. When you say, like, oh, I played Star Wars Battlefront. Well, which one? The good one or the mediocre one? And then they moved on to Doom SnapMap updates, which is cool. I'll check it out. And new multiplayer modes, which are basically capture the flag, and then they're bringing in classic deathmatch and free-for-all, which is cool. Because, unfortunately, like I thought it would, the multiplayer for the game has significantly died down ever since launch, and really the only people that play are the ones that do team deathmatch now, which is sad, because I think the Doom multiplayer is fantastic, and I love it, and I'm probably in the minority that believes that, but I do. I love the Doom multiplayer more than the single player. So, and I'm happy that they're going to have the first multiplayer pack sometime this summer. I will definitely pick that up because I need to get back into Doom multiplayer because I've had my hands full with Blood and Wine, and I need something to play before Star Ocean 5 consumes my life, most likely. And for you guys that haven't played Doom yet, they're going to release the first level for free for 1 week only. It's like a demo. So that's really cool. So if you haven't played Doom yet, definitely get on that first free level. I mean, the first level is not fantastic, but it gives you a small taste of what's to come. And it's plenty fast for somebody that, wants just to quickly go through it. It's quick, and you'll get the gist of what Doom is going to be like, but it will leave you wanting more, and you'll probably want to buy it, which is the point of a demo, and that's fine with me. So then we moved on to Elder Scrolls Online, which is honestly where I kind of checked out a little bit, because I really don't care about Elder Scrolls Online. I went out to get food, went out to get a drink, so it just was, they were just talking in the background, and I kind of was like, But the only thing that really caught my ear was Dark Brotherhood, which is my favorite guild in all of Elder Scrolls. Obviously, I love the Dark Brotherhood. They're the most fun guild missions out of all the games. So I'm like, okay, well, Dark Brotherhood is coming to Elder Scrolls Online now, so that's pretty cool. That's all I really have to say about Elder Scrolls Online. And then they moved on to VR, which I wasn't expecting from them, but I will admit, Bethesda made VR look interesting to me. Like, they're going to release Fallout 4 for the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, which, awesome. I mean, that I would actually play in VR. I would be very interested in playing Fallout 4 in VR. And that's one of the very few times you will ever hear me say, I want a VR game. I would play Fallout 4 in VR. I'm not sure how that would work, because Fallout 4 was not designed to be in VR, but it could be very interesting. It's something that I would have to personally try out. I can't judge it based on what I see from other people. That's why I never really like when VR is shown at conferences, but it was there. It was quick, which I liked. I liked that it's like, hey, here's something from Bethesda that's VR. Boom, 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 boom. They got that out of the way, which, good. And then, the final bit of the evening, which they were saving the big, 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 meaty showing of a game for last, which was good. They showed off Dishonored II. And I actually quite liked what I saw from it. And I'm not particularly crazy about the first Dishonored. I like it. I think it's fun. But it just didn't really do a lot for me back then. I mean, maybe I'll try out the Dishonored Definitive Edition if I decide to pre-order Dishonored 2, which I've said in the past that I don't like pre-order stuff, but if there's one pre-order bonus that I can get on board, it's free games. So I like that if you pre-order Dishonored 2, you get a free copy of Dishonored Definitive Edition, which I like that. I think that's a good standard. So what did they show for Dishonored 2? They showed off an environment sizzle reel of the stuff that, the stuff that you're going to be looking at when you play the game. The new environments, certain like weather and character interactions, stuff like that, which looked cool. It's pretty. I still like the art style of Dishonored, where everybody looks like Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles. And I like now that Corvo talks, because that was one of my biggest problems with the original Dishonored, because whenever something emotional would happen and you'd say something, Corvo would just be quiet, and I did not like that. So I'm glad Corvo talks now. His voice is pretty cool. I like the voice of Emily Caldwin. I think she seems like an interesting protagonist. I really liked a lot of the powers that they showed off, like that shadow walk thing, which looked cool. The domino effect looked cool. And then they had this time travel device where it was so weird. It was like he went into this abandoned mansion, he lifted this device up to his eye, and he could actually see the past through his eye, where it's like guarded and it's like 100 years later. It's difficult to describe. You'd have to just see it for yourself to get what I mean. It looks very weird, but it looked very cool at the same time. Also, a lot of powers look interesting. The combat looks better from the first game already, because that was one of my things. I think to discourage you from being combative, they made the combat a little awkward in the first one. And they announced a nice looking collector's edition, which comes with Corvo's mask, which I know a lot of people are going to jump at the chance to get. Comes with, of course, a steelbook case, comes with some ring, I think Emily Caldwin's ring, and you get some extra DLC and shit like that. And it's $100, which is very nice, which is a very nice deal for somebody that wants a Dishonored 2 collector's edition. Because I think Bethesda, in terms of collector's editions, doesn't always deliver the goods. I thought the Doom collector's edition was very underwhelming, especially something that was priced that high at like $110, $120. It was like you only got a statue and a collector's steel case, and that was it. And same with Fallout 4. I didn't really care for the Pip-Boy collector's edition. It sounded cool in theory, but from what they were charging for it and what you got, I didn't really think it was a good value. But I think the Dishonored 2 collector's edition, yeah, that is a good value. Very good value. If you want that, get it while you can. And that was pretty much it. And that was the Bethesda conference. And overall, I guess I'm going to keep up the consistency of giving a letter grade. I would give it a solid B. I liked Bethesda's showing quite a bit. I mean, nothing about it. I think the general consensus is there was nothing mind-blowing about it, but what they showed off, for the most part, was very engaging, very interesting, and it kept a nice pace. And even during the Elder Scrolls Online stuff, even when it veered into VR, it was never boring. It was always, we're going to keep this up at a steady pace. We've got a good variety of stuff to show, and we've got actual content to show from it. So, very, very well job done for Bethesda. Very good showing. Alright, so the next video is going to be Microsoft Not really sure what to expect from that. I hope it's good. I hope it's not painful, but we shall see. So, yeah. See you at Microsoft, guys.